Dear students, in this module, we are going to talk about the major social issues of Pakistan. So, according to United Nations, there are 7.6 million drug addicts in Pakistan. So, what does it mean? It doesn't mean that the drug addiction is the only problem or the only social issue of Pakistan. And it does not also mean that the problems which are the problems which Pakistan is facing are only because of these drug addicts. However, drug addiction is the cause as well as consequence of a lot of problems that Pakistan is facing. Poverty is also associated with drug addiction. Similarly, illiteracy, unemployment, uh, and terrorism, all these are interconnected. So, an average of 36,000 people are killed on the roads annually. So, it's another problem or another social issue which is called the issue of road safety. We find that our roads are pretty much insecure, and astonishingly, you see that uh, more people are killed on the roads as compared to what we are observing that people are killed due to the terrorism attacks. So, but since you find a lot of media attention for the terrorism as compared to what you find for the road safety, so people are much less concerned about the road safety. However, it is a much broader, a more gigantic issue as compared to the terrorism. Similarly, 23.4% of our population lives below the poverty line. What does it mean? It means that almost every fourth of Pakistani is living below the poverty line. So it is the major cause of concern. And not only the major cause of concern for the government and the people of Pakistan, but also it leads to many other social problems that we are currently facing. And 40% of population is illiterate. They are unable to read and write. They do not even cover the basic definition of literacy. So it means that they cannot become the productive part of modern living or the modern society. Why? Because for the modern society, it is mandatory for everyone to become literate and to be part of the education system, and not only the education system, but the overall development of society. And around 20,000 civilians were killed in the terrorist attacks between 2000 and 2020. So it is also a huge figure, not from the point of view that a lot of people have been dead, because a lot of people have been dead in the road accidents as well, but it is pretty much meaningful uh, because our businesses are being disturbed. Foreign investments would not come, and even the domestic investor would be quite skeptical because of the law and order situation in the Pakistan. So if we talk about the poverty, it means that 24.3% of our population in the country lives below the poverty line, and our per capita income is merely 5,860 rupees, and one in every three Pakistanis is considered to be living almost below or slightly on the poverty line. So these are the pretty much important social issues which need to be addressed. So 74% of the poor people who live on less than $2 a day, and 17% live on less than $1.25 a day. So these figures are pretty much alarming for the people of Pakistan, as we see that underemployment is one of the major causes of poverty. And unemployment occurs when a person who lives actively searching for a job is unable to find the work. So as far as the statistics are concerned, we do have almost 5% of our active population as unemployed. They are unable to find work. Government policies are uh, so much deficient that they are unable to produce the adequate environment for the employment opportunities. The traditional education system is one of and another one of the significant causes of unemployment. And then we have the lowest literacy rate in our region, that not being able to read and write. The person who is unable to read and write is considered illiterate. And as we have talked about, that 40% of our population is illiterate. Only 1 in 3 women can read and write, and Pakistan has one of the lowest education budget allocated for the education, which is only 2.3% of the total GDP which is spent on education. And finally, we also consider terrorism one of the important social issues after 9/11. Why? Because it has significantly affected, rather tormented our society. Why? Because that has greatly affected not only the lives of people, but also the businesses, the economy, as well as political stability. So, threatened use of force designed to bring about the political change is considered terrorism. An unlawful use of force or violence against person or property is also considered the part of terrorism. So, during these attacks, we have lost more than 52,000 people between 2002 and 2013. The property damage it has inflicted is also estimated to be in billions. So not only we have economic loss, we have the loss of human lives, but also it has affected the business opportunities and investment opportunities for the people of Pakistan.